My name is Irini and I'm the 2019 UK Masterchef champion. We are in a period of lockdown. We're all in our kitchens. We try to cope as best as we can, and very often we look in our cupboards for what we have. So I thought I would show you all something that has been a staple of mine throughout my life. I often used to share it with my mum, which is a kind of pita bread. So all you need, well, I'll show you in a minute, but it's a kind of pita bread that is slightly fried in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, which gives it a lot of flavor. After that, you can use all kinds of things on top of the pita to enjoy it as a snack, as a light lunch, whenever you are peckish. So let's go and make the pita. So we start with a little bit of tepid water, to which we add a pinch of salt and a tablespoon approximately of extra virgin olive oil. That always helps to keep the dough lovely and soft. And then we start adding flour. Now, I'm not giving you measurements because the beauty of this is that through the video we can see the texture, which is the all-important thing of the dough. Once we arrive at a soft and not very sticky dough, our dough is done. And that's all we need, a soft, non-sticky dough. We will let it rest for not very long, 5-10 minutes. And we will come back to it. It's very, very simple, as you can see. You see, this is enough for a couple. So as a person feeding just yourself or someone else, it's plenty. And we probably did not use much more than 150 grams of flour. So we will cover our dough. And while that is resting, we will go and fry a little bit of chicken. And I will explain to you what I have done. The chicken will be used for our pita. So let's turn. I don't need the gloves now. You see, I'm starting with a dry frying pan, which we will turn on high. And here we have some chicken thigh cut in strips. Thigh is important because it's not, the breast tends to dry, but thigh is very succulent. So for souvlaki and things like that, I use thigh meat. So this is just some chicken thigh cut in strips, a little bit of olive oil, dried oregano, salt, pepper, and a bit of lemon. That's all. You've got enough flavor in that, very Greek flavor, but actually you can use anything you like, any spices that you enjoy, chili flakes, cumin, anything you like. Flavor your chicken. Then we will cook it very, very quickly. Because it's in strips, it won't take long to cook. And that will go on our pitas after we fry them. Because it is marinated in oil, we don't need more oil in the pan. And it needs to be high heat, so that our chicken doesn't release water and becomes steamed or boiled. We want it to fry quickly. The smells of the Greek mountain oregano are lovely. Now my mom and I loved eating our pita bread with just a little bit of grated cheese. But you can use anything you have in your cupboard. Maybe you have some tin tuna, maybe you like baked beans. Actually, the purpose of the pita is to replace 2 slices of bread. Now with the lockdown, it's not very easy to go out shopping all the time, and when people are not available to do shopping for us, we have to manage with what we have in the house. So instead of eating, sometimes I find bread tasteless for sandwiches, a cold thing. You quickly make a couple of pitas and you have a delicious little lunch. As for toppings or accompaniments to your chicken, really, again, totally your choice. You could have little chopped tomatoes, you can add cucumber, you can add any salad you like. I actually like it as it is with a little bit of homemade mayonnaise which I have made. That's how John and I are going to eat it. But you can use any dips, any sauces, a bit of yogurt. Maybe you make a little bit of tzatziki with yogurt, cucumber and garlic. Almost there. I keep shaking it and moving it because my frying pan seems to have hot spots. So how long has this been? You see, it doesn't take long at all. Maybe 2-3 minutes. It tastes and it smells delicious, and I suspect, well, I know because I do this quite often for something quick, it will taste delicious too. So now that our chicken is resting, we can actually go to make our pitas. So our dough has rested and we will just make our pitas now. It is best to add a bit of flour if you need to, rather than add too much at the beginning, because you will end up with rubbery dough. This is what I was trying to say about not measuring, not needing to measure. Because even if I told you you need 150 grams, say, of flour, the particular flour that you use may be different from mine and actually end up giving you, a tougher or a softer pita. So it is best to use your eye and the feel of the dough, your instinct, rather than strict measurements. Okay, so we take this onto a frying pan that has a little bit of olive oil. We mess that up. But it is not important because we can straighten it. You see, the shape either is not that important. Homemade things don't need to look perfect. Only things we buy from factories normally do. And we will fry it very quickly. We will drain it on some kitchen paper and it's ready to go. All the flavor is here. The extra virgin olive oil has got so many flavors in it. I love it, and I always bring back olive oil from Crete. And of course, we have beautiful olive oil in many parts of the country. And depending on the variety of the olive, the oil can taste of all kinds of different things, from ripe tomato. Sometimes you can pick the herbal notes because we have lots of herbs growing in the Greek countryside. Bitter almonds, the leaves of tomatoes, the leaves of artichokes. Really, there's so many flavors, and it's wonderful when the flavors plus all the good health qualities of the olive oil, as we know, go into whatever it is we are frying. I use it for frying as well as everything else. Some people will tell you olive oil is not good to fry because it has a low smoke point. Actually, that is not true. In a domestic situation, we never cook at very high temperatures. So extra virgin olive oil is perfect for what I'm doing here. Our pita is almost done. Just by looking at it, you can see that it's going to have more flavor than a pita bought in a supermarket, which has its uses sometimes. You know, the pita bread that we buy sometimes in the supermarket can be used also, particularly if you want to cut it in half horizontally and stuff it with things. But in terms of eating it this way, this is fantastic. And we've drained most of the olive oil. So what we will do now is add our chicken. Forgive the hands, have a little bit of dough still on them. But how good is this? How easy? How long did it take us? Not long at all. And then a little bit of homemade mayonnaise. And this is where you can add all your vegetables, anything else you like. And you can either fold it and eat it literally like this, stuff your face, or use a fork and knife and enjoy